Yep. Cool. So I'll just go through the next slide. Yes. So this is my engineer. No, so these are all the rules I have. Cool. Okay, just a moment, guys. Okay, to just take out this. All right. Yeah, so this is the study guide. Okay. Yeah, so this is the study guide. Let me come back here. Cool. Yeah, so this is my debugging and troubleshooting. I think we would be good with this. No? Yeah. Well, let me go through my next slide. Yeah, so in-depth exploration of Sailpoint Identity IQ. Okay, so if you already go through those documentations and if you go through any proper Sailpoint Identity IQ training, okay, where they will explain you everything about the product, insights of the product. If you know inside out of the product, then you are excel your Sailpoint Identity IQ Engineer exam. Okay, and as well as you need to have the comprehend knowledge on the core features of identity IQ, how the access request happen, what are the step-by-step default features of IIQ, how the quick link populations will help, in which scenarios we use those quick link populations, and what level of quick link options we need to enable. Okay, so those things we can able to understand. Yeah, well, next, yeah, and gaining the insights of the product, having the real life examples, case studies, having a proper knowledge on the technical documentation, how SailPoint is illustrated to all the industries like banking, either it's a banking sector or financial sector. What are the benefits of identity IQ? How the automatic audits can be taken care. Okay, so those kind of knowledge you need to have. Okay. Okay, always do prepare your own questions. I do have a tip here, like do prepare your own scenario-based questions. Just try to deep dive into those things. Just assume, okay, you are an instructor, or you are the certification exam proctor, or maybe the tester. Okay, so or the examiner. Okay. Well, so when you assume and when you frame yourself certain scenario based questions, it will help you to understand better. Yeah. Well, yeah, so so some important information I have to know. Yes, so retired certification, I guess. Okay, retirement of certifications. So earlier SailPoint used to have uh, 3 to 4 different type of certifications. One, no, identity IQ associate, identity IQ engineer, identity IQ professional, identity IQ architect. Okay, so these are all the 4 certifications used to be present, guys. Okay, but from recently what SailPoint has done is, okay, they have retired these certifications, which is called as a SailPoint certified identity IQ professional and SailPoint certified identity IQ architect. So these certifications have been retired and no longer available for any new candidates. And if you already hold the identity IQ professional or identity IQ architect, then you need to reach out to the SailPoint and do transfer your architect certification to identity IQ engineer certification. Okay, that is the only option you have. And now, okay, engineer is the only examination you need to plan for, and this is the very important one. If you are identity IQ engineer certified, then I think you can do wonders in the market, guys. Okay. Well, so as I said, these two are no longer available. Okay, even you can check these informations on the web. Okay, it will give you the same information as these two certifications are no longer available. Yeah. Well, yes. So now let's look into some sample questions. So first of all, I want to read a disclaimer here. The questions provided, sample questions, are not. It is mainly intended to for the study purposes and only review purposes, and they are not guaranteed to be on the examination, guys. Okay, so just for the knowledge purposes, and this is how sale point pattern, type of questions. Okay, it's just a sample question, but however, do expect, I don't know, like the sale point, try to provide similar kind of question, but no, but it's just for the knowledge purpose, guys. Okay, well, let's go to the question. So first, okay, what we are trying to ask here. So, well, let me take my pen. Yeah, is this following statement is true? Yeah, well, is this following statement about identity IQ rule inputs and outputs are correct? Okay, the solution. Okay, they have given a solution here. Okay, they are telling the typical input variables for a rule are listed in a Bean shell rule editor in Identity IQ based on rule registry. Is it true or false? Okay, the input variables are the arguments that are listed on the Bean shell rule editor page. Okay, whether is it coming from the rule registry? Yes or no? Any answers, guys? Okay, can I expect any answers here? Excellent, excellent, guys. Okay, any more answers? Superb, appreciate it, guys. Well, okay, it's yes, right? So it is coming from the rule registry. Yeah, so this the answer should be yes, right? Well, so okay, so this type of questions, they would, as I told you guys, okay, it's going to be a discrete option multiple choice questions, so DOMC. Remember that, okay? So this is how the question is going to be asked. Well, so next, I have another question here. Is the following statement about rule inputs and outputs are correct? Okay, a bean shell rule in Identity IQ must always return an object derived from the abstract class. Okay, that is sailpoint.object.sailpoint.object. Is it yes or no, guys? Okay, does a bean shell rule should always return an object? Yes or no? Come on, guys. Yeah, I can see some no's. No, no, no. Good. Any more answers? Try out, guys. Well, great. Okay, so the answer, most of you guys, as I appreciate it, guys, excellent. So you have guessed it correctly. So the answer is no. Okay, so sale point, it not necessarily have to return an object. A rule, a bean shell rule, uh, is not necessarily to return any of the object. Okay, it can even return nothing. Okay, it won't return anything. Yeah, well, the answer should be no. Well, next I have another question here. Is this statement valid regarding the control and usability of the debug pages in Identity IQ? Okay, controlling and usability of debug pages in Identity IQ. Okay, so let's see the solution here. Okay, what they are telling: workflows can be run directly from debug pages. Okay, well, yes or no? Okay, no. Okay, do you guys think no is the correct answer? Okay, I can see someone says yes. Yes, though, yes, workflows can be directly launched from the debug pages, guys. Okay, yeah, we can do launch the workflows from the debug page. Yeah, so, well, so I can just say yes. Okay, it is possible. Okay, the answer is not no, guys. Okay, so we can do, run a workflow directly from the debug page as well. Okay, cool. Yeah, so next I have another question here. In identity IQ, okay, what is a role? Okay, what does a role means? Come on, guys. It's an open question. Okay, what is a role? Okay, is it a specific user account? Is it a collection of entitlements that defines users' access? Or is it a type of report? Or is it a workflow force? Okay, well, or it's a kind of workflow process. Okay, excellent, guys. No, I can see most of you has answered, correctly. Yeah, so this is specifically, it's a role is nothing but a collection of entitlements. Okay, collection of entitlements. Okay, so how many different type of roles are available in SailPoint, guys? Okay, so just try to learn that. Okay, so how many different type of roles are there, guys? Okay, excellent. Okay, I can see there are, so some people are responding. So there are four roles. Okay, so what are those four roles? A business role, IT role, organizational role, entitlement role. Yeah, those are all the four type of roles we have. Okay, great, guys. Okay, so what is the kind of architecture we follow in SailPoint, guys? Can someone tell me what kind of architecture we do follow in SailPoint? Excellent, Piyush. Yeah, so it's a two-tier role model architecture, right? So every business role will have certain IT roles in it. Okay, so that is my two-tier role model architecture. So we do follow two-tier role model architecture. Okay, so what is required role? What is permitted role? Any idea? Okay, so required roles are my mandatory roles for the user. Okay, permitted roles are purely optional for the user. Okay, so is it necessary that every, okay, I have one more question here. Is it necessary that every role, okay, every business role need to have permitted roles? Is it yes or no, guys? Any answer? No, right? So it's not necessary that it needs to have a permitted role. Okay, well, excellent, guys. Okay, and does an IT role has an assignment rule? Yes or no, guys? Does an IT role has an assignment rule? Okay, I want to correct someone. No. Okay, IT role will never ever have an assignment rule in it. Okay, excellent. Yes, most of you has answered no. That's correct. Yeah, yeah. So it will only have, no, an IT role. Okay, it will never ever have an assignment role. And okay, in the business role, we'll have the assignment rule, and we can do assign it. Okay, based on our requirements via a script, via, a small, a filter, or maybe a rule, or through a match list. So I can do an application match list, or identity match list, or IAQ match list. Okay, so those are all the options that are all available for me. Well, okay, let me quickly come back here. Yes. So yeah, will the workflows is a single workflow can call another sub workflow? Is it yes or no, guys? A single workflow. I have another question related to the workflows. Yes, right. Great, great. I can see the responses coming as yes. Great, guys. Okay, so a single workflow can call a sub workflow in it. Okay, but when you do call different workflows, what are the things that needs to be? Yes, you can do run a workflow from the debug page by executing a rule. No, you can mention it in a run rule, or maybe you can just with the help of a run rule, you can do execute it. Yeah, no. Well, if possible, can you send us real-time question PDF? Real-time questions PDF documentation. Okay. You need to refer the official website of SailPoint. So yeah, I don't have any dumps, but yeah, that's all I can say. Well, okay, let's move on to the next question. Cool. Let's move on to the question for today. To the role, we just learned about it. Statement, yeah. Okay, is this a valid statement regarding the control and usability of the debug page in Identity IQ? Okay, so next I have another question here. Is this a statement valid regarding the control and usability of the debug pages in Identity IQ? The application server must be restarted after reloading the logging file through a debug logging page. Okay, can we restart the application server from the debug page? Yes or no? I want to know how many are yes and how many are no. Come on, guys. Can I restart a application server from the debug page by reloading the logging file? Refresh the logging in debug. No. No. Yes. Come on, guys. Yeah, I can see the answers. Most of you are answering correct. Come on, guys. More answers I need before I choose my answer. Anyone else wants to try? Go ahead, guys. Okay, give me the wrong answer. So if you give the wrong answer, then you can at least know what is the right answer. Well, no more delays. So it's no. Yeah, so we cannot. I want to make it more interactive, guys. Okay, cool. So the answer is no. We cannot restart the application server from the debug pages. So you can do check lot of things from the debug page, like where is your log location, where is your log file located. Okay, and no, you can also see the log4j2 properties file. Okay, what is the log4j2, no, what is present in the log4j2 properties file. Now, what are the levels of loggers enabled for each and every thing inside the sale point, like maybe for workflow, what level of logs they have enabled, or maybe for certain custom rules. Okay, so if you want to explicitly see some extra loggers, okay, they could have they might be, they might have added some extra loggers in the log4j2 properties, right? So as we use the Apache Tomcat's log4j2 properties, okay, it's those are all the informations we have in the log4j2 properties, guys. Okay, well, and you need to be aware of and whenever you do modify the log4j2 properties file, do we need to reload or it's not necessary, guys? Yes or no? Do we need to reload it every time we modify the file, or it's not required? Yes or no, guys? Yes. Okay, we need to reload. Great, guys. Okay, I can see here most of you are very good engineers. I can see here, and yeah, great. Well, let me go to my next slide. Okay, just a moment. Well, okay, so those are all the few questions I had. Yeah, so if you have any questions, so you can try to ask me. I'm happy to answer your questions. I think we have almost we are covered with the things, whatever I was. Yeah, I have one more question. Okay, can I see the complete information of? Well, let me put it like this. Okay, I'll directly phrase this. The debug pages. Okay. Well, let me type the how many attempts do we have in for this certification. Okay, there is a question coming from Vinod. How many attempts? So it's up to you. You can take a number of attempts, but you need to pay, right, as the cost is involved in it. So it's up to you, your personal choice. Like, if you take twice or thrice, that should be fine. There shouldn't be any issue until unless you can bear the expense. Yeah, I guess most of the organizations do allow the reimbursement. So maybe you can try to check with them as well. So when you do take the certification exam, so if you fail, I guess you cannot reimburse. But if you pass, definitely you can just try to get a reimbursed, or maybe keep on trying. Whenever you pass, just try to submit that passed one to the company and just try to get reimbursed accordingly. Yeah, so that's what I said. My suggestion is, yeah. Hope I have answered you, Vinod. Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Okay, you feel you want to be aware of regarding the certification exam? One more valuable information I will share regards to the certification exam. It's purely a proctor-based exam, guys. Okay, it's purely a proctor-based examination. Uh, when I say proctor, okay, so there are some trusted proctor uh, things are there with vendors are there with Sailpoint, proctor, trusted proctor vendors, which is 365. Okay, there is something called as Proctor 365. Okay, they are the proctors, official proctors of Identity IQ Engineer exam, and there were other proctors also there. So they will continuously monitoring you throughout the exam, guys. Okay, so you have to share your screen and then you have to try to give the examination. Yeah, and you cannot switch the tab. They will give you a tiny software, okay, where you might need to install it in your laptop, and then you have to perform the examination. Okay, so there is no chance of any malpractice. So the only way to get the certification is working on SailPoint Identity IQ, gaining the knowledge of Identity IQ, having going through the white papers, as I said, the documentation. Okay, so that will really help you guys. Okay, so that is the only way we have. Yeah, and if you want to change any languages, like if you want to have any other languages, I think that is possible. Probably you can take the exam in Portuguese, Dutch, or maybe any other languages. Okay, Spanish. Okay, those languages, German. I think the certification can be taken in those languages also, I guess. Yeah. Next, the questions. Okay, there are 62 questions. As I said, there will be no negative marking. You need to answer no all are correctly. Well, so there's a question from register the exam without partner ID. Any possibility? Sayed, as far as I know, you cannot uh, attend the exam without the official email ID. Okay, you must be a partner or just try to uh, change your company. Maybe if you get a good opportunity, just try to go into some big four company, maybe KPMG or PwC or Infosys or some kind of big companies. I guess they are already partnered with SailPoint, so maybe you can easily get certified if you have that mail ID. Yeah. Yes. There is no other option we have said. Yeah. Next, there is something from Satish. For IIQ Associate exam, we don't get any scenario code oriented questions, right? Yes, you will not get any code related questions in associate exam. So it's purely the subject. Okay. So what is policy? Okay. How do we define a policy? What is a policy violation owner's job? How to monitor the policy? How to enforce the policy? Okay. And how to know, check the policy violations. Okay, all of that, guys. Okay, well, if possible to access all the sites shared by you. Is it possible to access the share? Yes, I guess I have shared almost all the links with you guys. Okay, let me just share the links again. Pass percentage, I told you, right? So it's a pass percentage is 70%. Okay, so you need to clear 70%. Not consecutively in all the not constructively in all the sections. Okay, we have this 7 sections, right? You don't need yeah, well, yeah, so these 7 sections. Okay, so your it should be somewhat no, you should be give equal importance to each and every section here, equal importance. And if your score is 70% with all the equal importance, then you will get the certified exam. So if you well, let's assume you are a core developer. Okay, so this one you will get 100% of marks. But if you are lagging in data modeling or maybe troubleshooting of identity IQ and debugging of identity IQ. So if you score 10% here, then the chances of pass is very less. Okay, so you need to pass equally in all the 7 sections. Like the contribution should be at least 40% from each section. Okay, you need to answer 40% from each section. Then only you can pass. Like if you 40% here, 40% here, 40% here, then there are high chances you can easily pass. Okay, so if you try to give equal importance to each section and spend time on each section, guys. Okay, as you know the study material, I think you're good to go. It was great, guys. Yep. Thank you very much for your patience. Thanks for your participation. Yeah, I appreciate your time. All the very best for your future endeavors, guys, and all the very best for your certification exam. Okay, how can I get one more question? How can I get access to Sandbox Lab Practice IAQ? Okay, I have something for you. If you join our InfosecTrain, you will get a Cloud Lab access, and you can also get a lifetime access, Amruta. So yeah, you can use that. How do we connect on LinkedIn? So sorry, these things, it's my privacy. I should not disclose. But thank you, guys. I guess I have given you as much as information I could. Uh, all the very best, guys. Okay, thank you very much for your participation. Then, yeah, and just follow the recording, guys. See you. Bye bye. Take care. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the participation. You will get your certificates. Yeah, and please do submit your feedbacks, guys. Don't forget to submit your feedback. Yes, it's already recorded. Please do submit your feedbacks. Thank you. Bye bye.